Hi, this is Joel again. Last week I did a video on how to install the quick disconnect conversion kit for the Tour-Pak for a Harley Davidson. I promise you this video is not going to be nearly as long as the as the first one I did. But anyway, as soon as I got the Tour-Pak off, I had to look for a place to put it, and about the only place I could put it up on my workbench, and of course that, as big as it is, it took up just about the entire workbench. So I started looking around for places to store the Tour-Pak when it's off the bike, and of course I found some different racks that are out there online and stuff that go on the wall and mount up something like that. The only problem is that my wall space in my shop is pretty much taken up with tools and other stuff, and I really didn't want anything sticking off the wall that far out away from the wall. And I really wanted the option to be able to move it around. I actually had a project going on in the shop. I was not only was I working on installing the quick disconnect for the Tour-Pak, but I was also working on a shutter build. I'm replacing all the shutters on my house. So I had a bunch of lumber in here that I was staining and everything else, which was taking up a lot of room in the shop too. So in order to keep my shop somewhat open to where I can work in here, I wanted to have the option to get the Tour-Pak onto something that I could roll around the shop and move around pretty easily and get it out of the way. So I'm going to take the camera off the stand here in just a second, and I'll give you a closer look what I came up with. I built this for under $35, and it took me just about an hour or so to put it together. And you know, so nothing major here. I don't think it's going to win any awards for engineering or anything, but at least it'll give you an idea of how you can put something together to store your Tour-Pak. And even looking at it, I'm starting to wonder now if I ever put another seat on there, if I could actually put a floor in it and put the seat in it. So anyway, I hope this helps you out, and I'll just kind of go over the build on it and give you a good view of the Tour-Pak cart, storage rack, whatever you want to call it. So this is the Tour-Pak rack I put together. Materials are pretty simple. It's basically one 8-foot 4x4, and I notched it down here at the bottom and again at the top. You can see where I notched it right at the top for a cross member. The dimensions on it are 19 inches on the outside from here to here on this side, and then it's 22 from here to here on this side. So the materials in it: one 8-foot 4x4, two 8-foot 2x4s, which you're not going to use all of that, and then of course I've got 4 2-inch casters at the bottom. They got locks on them. I really didn't need it, but that's all they had at Lowe's where I bought the materials. And then the rest of it, really all I did for a cushion was I took 2 old towels and rolled them up and just set them on top of these 2x4s right here. So a couple of things to consider. Let me spin it around here. Mike can see it a little bit better from the front side. A couple of things to consider. You need 12 inches clearance minimum right here to give you room for this for the rack or the mounting bracket for the Tour-Pak to sit inside of. Other than that, I used regular old deck screws, 2.5-inch deck screws, and I think I used 1.25 inches on the bottom, mounting the casters to the bottom. So, of course, the length of these 4x4s, I cut them off at 24 inches. You know, basically an 8-foot 4x4, cut 4 equal pieces. And like I said, the hardest part is just getting the 4x4s notched. I guess you could do it if you didn't want to do the notching, which is the hardest part of getting it put together. I guess would be to nail them to the outside. The only thing is that if you get much wider than 12 inches on the inside right here, you're not going to have enough room for the actual mount. I mean the actual Tour-Pak to sit on it. So you need at least that much of it to sit on. So no chance of it falling off. And the other thing, you want to keep this kind of short. You start getting it too high and it'd be pretty easy to dump it over. But you know, that's roughly about the height. that you need to take it off the back of the bike and move it right over to that, over to the cart stand, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, I hope my cart here is something that you might consider putting together, help you out anyway. Like I said, $35 worth of materials and about an hour worth of work, and a couple of old towels from the house. So I appreciate you watching the video. If this is a help, give me a thumbs up. All right, thank you so much.